The idea behind it for us was an opportunity to maybe help a population of students that were not hitting the target. Teachers perhaps did not know how to deal with them, the process of learning. Because when you visit classes, you see them, and the population has increased. When a teacher had 3 second language learners, they could deal with that. Bring the kids in, work with them here. But when you have 8 or 9, they're not prepared for that. They can't make a connection with the teacher or with the knowledge the teacher's trying to share with them, because they don't dominate the language. So how are you going to reach them?
And the mainstream teachers, I think, are afraid of, they don't know what the right pathway is. Teachers want to do right by the students in front of them, and they just don't know what to do sometimes.
Now that we know where our students are, what do we as teachers need training-wise, or to talk to someone outside to move on, to get to the next step? Okay, what do we do now that we know what our problems are? When it comes down to it, it's just teachers having the time to talk to each other about their students individually. That's a best practice for schools in general. Like, everyone should be providing teachers the time to talk about their students.
The district itself has to be involved, and they have to make a commitment. We want to get people on board who want to participate and want to become better teachers of that population of second language learners. Because it's a process that the mind goes through in acquiring a second language, and I think it's our job to make sure the teachers understand that dynamic.
In some places, there may only be 2 or 3 teachers who work with English learners in a school. They have the same desire and impetus to do well and help their students succeed, but it's much harder when they don't have anyone else to talk to compare notes with. And that's one of the powerful mechanisms we see in the network. It's not just a way of sharing information out, but a way of letting people connect and talk to one another and brainstorm and problem solve together. It's all about educational success. We're school-based, that's where sort of we've planted our flag and we come from. And but it's educational success defined broadly. It's really preparing students for something to get through high school. Certainly, that's a big challenge. But to be ready to do something.
I'm excited about bringing people in, learning from each other, meaning teachers, putting a lot of videos for people can visualize good practices. I'm excited about building the Leadership Academy, where people can come and improve their strategies and the way they deliver services to kids who are acquiring a second language. I'm excited about the 4 or 5 leaders we have in each school in Shelton who really are top-notch teachers, and I think we can build from there.
We really started with the academic piece, with what happens in the classroom, and spent the first couple of years working on what the teachers do in the class. We realized there were many other barriers or challenges in the school and in the community that we really thought we had to address. The first place we went was the stuff that happens in the school outside of the classroom, how kids are integrated into the rest of the school, how they access the services that every student should have access to, and sometimes they don't, the schedules, the courses they can take. And then even beyond that, we realized there was a need to better reach out to the community and the families.
This is not a program for the Spanish-speaking kids. This is for all the students who are learning English. There's nothing you can do for an English learner that would not also benefit a non-English learner. What we're doing now is we're being far less prescriptive of what we want schools to do and more approaching, talking to the schools, like, what are your needs? What kind of programs should we put in place? And then building it from there. We want this to be a program that it's not a UCLA program going in doing this. Like, this has to, we want to give the schools and the teachers, the ability to take ownership of it and keep it going on their own and want to keep with this process.